What's up, guys? Rick here to announce the Run Good One and Done League for the 2020-2021 PGA Tour season. I could not wait until January to start a one and done league. And quite honestly, with the way that the schedule got all jacked up, I wanted to be able to start it at the Safeway Open. So in this video, I will describe everything that's going on. I'll go quickly through the rules and regulations at the top, just because a lot of you might be very familiar with how this would work. And then after that, I will go through each one individually as well to provide any further clarification. Going to be a fun season. Let's get after it. All right, if you've played in one and done leagues before, you probably know how this works. You choose one golfer each week, and you can only use that golfer once per season. So once you use him, he's gone. And depending on how much money he earns in the tournament that week, that's how many points you get in the one and done league. Whoever has the most points at the end of the league wins. It is basically that simple. There's a link in the description, or you can go to rickrungood.com/OAD right now to sign up, see the full rules, make your entry fee payment, which is going through LeagueSafe. It is a third-party escrow service that I am in no way affiliated with. They are going to hold the money so that I don't have to. There is a 4% fee on LeagueSafe. That's going to them. It is not going to me. I'm not making any money off of this other than the ability to make a lot of great content about it and have a lot of fun. And we can talk through the standings, and there'll be a dashboard on RickRunGood.com. So all of that stuff's coming. So if you want to go sign up right now and help make this one of the biggest one and done leagues on the internet, go sign up. Once you pay your entry fee, I'll be in touch as the Safeway Open gets closer. So it'll run from the Safeway Open through the 2021 Tour Championship. So it'll be a pretty long season that'll obviously be broken down into different segments, for example. So I'm going to go over all of the rules here now, but if you've heard enough, you want to go sign up, feel free, rickrungood.com/OAD. All right, the official rules for the one and done league for RickRunGood.com. I mentioned, your objective is to choose one golfer every single week. Once you use him, you cannot use him again. So here's an example. If you use Justin Thomas at the Safeway Open, I don't even know if he's playing that event, you cannot use Justin Thomas ever again for the rest of the year. That simple. However much Justin Thomas earns in the actual tournament is how many points you will get, and then we will tally all of your points over the course of an entire season. Your pick has to be submitted before the first round is scheduled to begin. So whatever the first tee time is on Thursday, or the first tee time of the tournament, that is the deadline for your pick submission. Even if there is a weather delay, there is no change in the deadline. It is the first scheduled tee time of the week is your deadline. You will pick both a primary and an alternate golfer. If for whatever reason your primary golfer does not start the second round, you will use your alternate golfer. That could be a withdrawal. It could be a disqualification. It could be whatever. But if your primary golfer starts the second round and hits one shot and then withdraws and then gets disqualified and then whatever, you're stuck with him. Okay. So as long as he does not hit one single shot in the second round, we will use your alternate. Now, you're also your primary golfer. Like, if you have to use your alternate, your primary golfer goes back into your player pool. You'll be able to use him again at another point in the season. The schedule. This is the most important part because we don't know the full 2020-2021 schedule yet. We know the start of it. We know where the majors are. We've got an idea, and then using last year's schedule, we kind of have an idea of what it's going to look like, but nothing is finalized. So that means that the segments and all of that stuff will not be finalized until the PGA Tour releases the official schedule for the season. Now, no matter how they do it, we can start this one and done league without the entire schedule, because no matter how they do it, the schedule itself will be split up into 4 different segments of similar sizes. So that means if there are 36 events in the season, there will be 4 segments of 9. If there's 40 events, it'll be 4 segments of 10, etc. Okay, we will obviously, the second that PGA Tour schedule gets released, this will be updated and we will have an official one and done league schedule with 4 segments. So what that means is you can win prizes if you are the best in segment 1 or 2 or 3 or 4. Okay, so you don't have to win the entire season long league to earn some of the prizes. You just have to be the best in each segment, for example. And then there will be a 5th segment. The 5th segment is the 6 major championships that we have in the next year and the players. So it's that 7 tournament stretch. If you have earned the most points in that stretch, you win the 5th segment. So there are 5 segments and then the overall schedule of how it works. This will run through the 2021 Tour Championship, which means you will get points for the Tour Championship. The only caveat is, because the Tour Championship is paid out entirely in bonuses and bonus money, we are going to only take 15% of whatever that bonus is. So that means a $15 million bonus for first prize is not 15 million points. It is 2.25 million points. Okay, so it'll be equivalent of maybe the Masters. The Masters has like a $2 million first prize, for example. So it'll still be a big event, but it's not going to be a $15 million to first place event. Your payment. I mentioned it's $100 to enter the league. You can enter one time, and you are entering via LeagueSafe.com. It is a well-known fantasy sports escrow service. They are going to hold the money. I am not going to hold the money. I don't want to hold the money. I don't want anything to do with it. So they're going to do it, and they're going to do it for a fee. It's 4%. So when you pay your $100 entry, it's going to be $104. I'm not getting that $4. So don't tweet me, email me, anything like that. I'm not getting it. All of the prize money is being paid out. I'm not taking a cut of any of this. So keep that in mind. Don't email me about it. Also, the way that LeagueSafe works, you might be asked to validate some of the results at the end of the season. So if you get an email that says, hey, can you confirm that these payouts are accurate? You might be asked to click approve. It is a way that I do not have God commissioner power over the payout. Everybody in the league has the power to approve the payouts. Now, with that being said, and the way the escrow works, all of the payouts will happen at the end of the season. So that means if you win segment 1, you're not getting paid for segment 1 immediately. I'm sorry, you're going to have to wait until the end of the year. It'll be a nice little bonus at the end of the season. But with the way that the escrow and the payments work out, everything will be distributed at the end of the year. I'm not going to be making distributions throughout the season. So sorry, apologies. It'll just be like a little bit longer and it'll feel good. You know, you'll forget about it. If you win segment 1 and get paid out a couple months later, it'll be a nice little surprise for you. Submitting your entry. So this is all going to live on the RickRunGood.com website. You are going to submit your entry on the site with a unique 5-character ID, your entry ID. So you will need to have that entry ID handy when you submit a pick. Hold on for that for a second. The reason we're doing this is so that there is security in your pick. No one can enter another pick for you, all that good stuff. So you'll use your entry ID that will be assigned to you. Now, every Monday when the field is released and the event for that week opens up, you will receive an email. If you click that email, you will not need to know your entry ID, because if you click the email, your entry ID will be pre-populated because I sent it to your email address. I know that you're the only person who is entering this pick. If you go directly to RickRunGood.com and want to enter a pick without going through an email, you will need your 5-digit entry ID. It's that simple. So if you want to make it easy, click through. If you want to click through an email, if you want to enter directly on the site, you'll just need to know your ID. That is for security purposes and making sure that all the entries are good to go. Here's the big caveat here. You and only you are solely responsible for making a valid pick. If you choose a golfer that you have already used, you will receive 0 points for that week. There will be a dashboard with all of the standings, all of the, player stats, all of that good stuff, and you'll be able to click your name and see who you've used and who you have not used, for example. So it is up to you entirely to make a valid pick, because when you get the entry form, every player in the field is going to be available to you, whether you've used them or not. So you'll have to reference the dashboard or keep a list or know in your brain who you've used or who you haven't used yet, and you are responsible for making a valid pick. That's it. No, I will not swap to your alternate. I will only be using your alternate if your primary pick does not start the second round. That is it. I'm not going to make swaps for you because you chose someone that you already chose earlier in the year. You can edit your entry before the tournament starts as many times as you want, but I'm only taking your most recent entry as long as it is before the weekly deadline. So if the weekly deadline is always going to be the first tee time of round 1, as long as it's in before then, you can change it 10 or 15 times. I don't care. I'm just going to take the most recent one that you have. That's it. And I'm not going to take your most recent valid one. I'm taking your most recent entry. That is the final say. There are no questions, anything. I'm trying to make this as simple and clear as possible because I don't want to have to make decisions on this, right? I want it to be very black and white. That way it's fair. That way everybody knows what they're getting themselves into. I mentioned the standings. There will be a dashboard on RickRunGood.com for all the standings, all the players' results, the content. So my weekly one and done video will be referencing this contest. So there'll be plenty of standings and stats and everything available to you to make sure you know what position you're in, who's ahead of you, all that good stuff. And then the prizes, I mentioned, there are prizes for each segment, and then there will be prizes for the season-long aspect of it as well. What I'm showing you right now is an example of the prizes. This is structured based on 500 participants. Obviously, if there are more than that, these will change. If there are less than that, they will also change. This is just an example structure of the prizes. When everything is finalized, that is when I can finalize all the prizes as well. And finally, the deadline to register is September 4th, 2020 at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. It is a Friday. That gives me Saturday and Sunday to get everything in order, with Monday, the Safeway Open, being the first event that you will make picks for. So you have until Friday, September 4th, 2020 at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. That is the deadline. If you sign up 1 second after that, you will not be involved in this one and done. Again, I hate to be a stickler, but that's the only way to make sure this is all fair, black and white. There are no exceptions. I'm not playing commissioner here. I'm just giving the platform, right? Because I don't want to have to make any decisions on what is fair and what is not fair. If the rules have been laid out correctly, I don't need to. There you go. The first ever RunGood one and done league. This is something I've been thinking about for years. Finally able to get it off the ground. I felt like it was a better time than now, with the whole schedule just got so messed up and kind of, put a wrench in a lot of different one and done leagues. I wanted to be able to start one at the new season and run it through the Tour Championship. I'm super stoked about it. I hope you are too. Best of luck. I'll see you in the one and done league.